Hey everyone, I'm IndycarDad, and we're going to do a 10-minute race preview for the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach coming up this weekend. So I did a way too detailed analysis of drivers' past results, and I'll share that with you as my predictions for this weekend. And then also we can talk about, if you're going to the race, some of the things that are happening at Long Beach, because Long Beach has a lot on its schedule. If you've ever been there, it's packed with fun things to do. In fact, I'm really kind of sad that I'm missing the race. I was originally going to go, but some big business came up here, so I had to stay. I guess you got to make that cheddar sometimes. So anyway, off to the detailed analysis. I took all of the drivers and their results for the last few years, and I added them all up and averaged their finish. And guess what? Alex Palou is the best. Alex Palou is the best. And however, Alex Palou has never won the Long Beach Grand Prix. He just averages a third place finish. So that's interesting. But then last year we were like, oh, Alex Palou has never won the Indy 500, and he won the Indy 500. Over the last 3 years, Alex Palou has been bested on average by Kyle Kirkwood. So he is a very strong pick here because over the last 3 years is when he was driving for Andretti, and he's just really strong. So you'll see a lot of people picking Kyle Kirkwood, and I hope he does well. So that's those are a couple of good picks here. My third pick is Will Power. Will Power is very consistently fast at Long Beach. And he was consistently fast in a Penske car, and now he's in an Andretti car. And people in the know in IndyCar generally give Andretti the edge on street courses. They think their damper program is just better on street courses, and you'll see Andretti drivers do well in street courses. So Will Power might be able to pull off a great one. So next on my list is Joseph Newgarden. You wouldn't think of Joseph Newgarden as a street course kind of guy, but he's won here before. He's finished second here before, fourth here. So he's a really strong driver at Long Beach. And Felix Rosenqvist usually has good results here too. He hasn't been finishing that well, even though I'm a huge fan. His races this year, the one race he finished quite well, he got penalized for. So he could use a nice finish. So I'm going to be rooting for my guy Felix. Another guy who you might see, Romain Grosjean. Romain Grosjean has finished second at Long Beach twice. And although he's in a Dale Coyne car this weekend, you might see this guy do really well. He's a great street course racer. Scott Dixon is next on the list. If it's a fuel mileage race, you're going to look for Scott Dixon. He won the race 2 years ago. He's been on the podium in 2021. So look for Scott Dixon if it's a fuel mileage race, because he's the master of conserving fuel, especially at places like this. So. Marcus Armstrong does well. He's a great street racer. Alexander Rossi, in years way past, he really did well at this place. But lately, in the last few years, he hasn't had that magic. So you never know with him. Scott McLaughlin, last year he finished sixth. But other than that, he hasn't really been super strong on street courses here and in Long Beach anyway. Marcus Ericsson burns hot and cold at this place. He's been on the podium, but he's also been 28th and 22nd. So I would say he's not the greatest qualifier typically. So, and if you're mid-pack at Long Beach, you can very easily get caught up in a wreck at a restart or even the start. So, Santucci is not the greatest here, but, mid-pack, I think. And Christian Lundgaard has had some bad finishes here, but he was also on the podium last year. He's really hot this year, so maybe we'll see him pull something up. Kiffin Simpson placed in the top 10 here last year, so I'm expecting him to finish better than he usually does, but still midfield. Graham Rahal has had some great runs here, and he did well last week, so maybe we'll see something good out of him. And Stingray Robb finished 9th here last year, so maybe Stingray's going to finally have a good finish this year. I hope he does. Nice guy. I'd like to see him do a little better than he's been doing. Pato O'Ward generally does not do well here. It's goes to Mexico and all that, and he has tons of fans there. It's the fan crowd for Pato is unbelievable. But he's only finished in the top 5 once here, and he's been 27th as well. Louis Foster has only raced here once. He finished 16th. David Malukas has never finished higher than 17th here, but now he's in a Penske car. Rinus VK, who I generally think of as a great racer, does not have good results here either. And Nolan Siegel averages 20th place because he's finished 20th twice. Christian Rasmussen averages a 25th finish here. I'm not sure you could do much worse than that, to be honest with you. And I think on the last broadcast, they said something like 6 out of the last 8 street course races, Christian Rasmussen has failed to finish. So look for a train wreck from Raz. Maybe. I don't know. Kyle Collette, Dennis Hauger, and Mick Schumacher have never raced on this track. Indy Next does not race at Long Beach. So those guys are going to be at a tremendous disadvantage. So look for a fight at the back. Maybe if Hauger pulls some magic out of the hat, he could finish mid-pack. A mid-pack finish for one of those 3 guys at Long Beach would be a victory, and everyone in the paddock would take notice. So there you go. If you're going to the race, so those are my predictions for the race. If you're going to the race, I have some tips on what to look at. I love the Long Beach atmosphere. Next to the 500, it is definitely the biggest party. And it's California. The West Coast does it a little differently. So we can. So there's a bunch of events all weekend long. They keep the track running. There's always something on track running. It's not a boring weekend, that's for sure. If you like cars and Californians like their cars, Long Beach Grand Prix is where to go. So I will rate all of the on-track activities from 1 out of 10. Rate them out of 10. First, let's talk about the Porsche Cup. If you like to watch orthopedic surgeons race, go. This is your race. But for me, I feel like it's orthopedic surgeons gone wild. I give it a 2 out of 10. There's something called the Car Parade. That's orthopedic surgeons gone mild. I give that a 1 out of 10. So I won't be watching the screens for that. But there are historic sports cars, which for some reason, when someone takes like a really rare and desirable and very expensive car and just flogs the living hell out of it, I got to cheer those guys on. So I give that a 6 out of 10. I'm a big fan of the driver autograph sessions. I've done some videos on how to get the most of it. The driver autograph session at Long Beach is pandemonium. They have you line up by team. So the McLaren team has a line that stretches all the way back to the parking lot, and Dale Coyne's team has like 4 people in line. So it's a spectacle. If you want to, you could hit a couple of teams and maybe get a few drivers' autographs. Or if you want Pato's autograph, you better get there around dawn. So there's Super Drift, which is a drifting competition. They use about a third of the track, and they do some crazy drifting around a couple corners. It's really fun to watch. It happens like at dusk. So if it happened during the day, I'd be like, it's not that great. But there's just this sort of after hours environment that goes on with it. And usually the concert's going on too. So Super Drift is definitely 2 thumbs up, 7 out of 10. IMSA Racing at Long Beach is a short form race. I really like the shorter form. I went to Daytona 24 hours a couple of times, including this year. I just don't have the patience for it, to be honest with you. But a short form IMSA race, a sprint, is really fun to watch. Next, the Stadium Super Trucks are unreal to watch. Those things go so high in the air. It's wild. If you get a chance, find out where one of the jumps will be and go down there and stand by the wall near the jump. Unreal. I couldn't believe it. They fly so high and so far. It's really great. Unfortunately, the field isn't that big. Like if they had a tour or something, it would be fantastic. So if I ran IndyCar, I might try to get the Stadium Super Trucks to travel around the country with the series just to put on a show. And then IndyCar, of course, is the best show on wheels. It's the best racing in the world, I think. And obviously, call myself IndycarDad. But I love the hairpin at Long Beach. It's a very tight hairpin. It's the last turn on the track, and it opens up to the super long front straight. So there's a lot of pandemonium that goes in there, especially it starts and restarts and just when they're racing close. So keep an eye on the hairpin. Keep an eye on the straightaway that follows it. If someone doesn't get a good exit out of that hairpin, they're going to get past. So love it. And then concerts. Long Beach Grand Prix does concerts better than anyone else. Like I'm tired of going to some of these places and seeing, warmed over, half retired country acts. At Long Beach Grand Prix, Saturday night's concert is Lupe Fiasco, who's popular, man. And then Saturday night's concert, Lupe Fiasco's Friday night. Saturday night's concert is a rock supergroup. It's basically a bunch of people that played in like Guns N' Roses, Velvet Revolver, and things like that. And they'll get up there and they're going to slay it. I watched some YouTube videos of these guys. And so there's going to be some great concerts at Long Beach. There you go. I'm IndyCar Dad. I give you the scoop. Hopefully this wasn't too long. 10-minute summary of what's going to happen this weekend at Long Beach. If you're watching on TV like poor old me, enjoy it. Watch the action. Check it all out, and watch my video on how I watch a race. There's some insight there. And if you're at the race, wear comfortable shoes and have a great time. Thanks. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm IndyCar Dad. You'll find me on the socials as @IndycarDad, and you'll find my podcast on all the podcast networks. Thank you.